Police officer accused of domestic violence.
Markell Carter has been in jail more than 100 days since a judge revoked his bond. Well, today, his lawyer told a judge his client has resigned from the police force.
Let's bring in our investigative reporter, Brendan Kirby. Now, Brendan, the hearing today was about a no-contact order issued against the victim.
Yeah, that's right, Lenise and Byron. The judge actually instructed both the defendant and the victim to stay away from each other, but testimony earlier this week indicated that they'd seen each other and had gotten violent. Mobile County District Judge George Zogby heard arguments on two issues: whether to hold the victim in contempt and whether to grant bail to defendant Markell Carter. The judge didn't immediately rule on either issue. The judge revoked Carter's bond on domestic violence charges after authorities arrested him again in April on new charges of violence against the same woman. Defense attorney Scott Hawk asked the judge to hold the woman, Tanisha Doucette, in contempt. He says Doucette, by her own testimony, violated the order by going to Carter's home in Chickasaw on Easter. He says a police report indicates that Carter was injured and that he had a bite mark.
My argument is that it was the defendant's property. He was on the leash. She came to him, and she came to him on the Easter weekend, and I think he's the victim in this case.
But Doucette's attorney, Charlie Pierman, says it's Carter who was the aggressor. He says Hawk left out important details during his presentation to the judge.
He failed to mention that it was his client who induced my client to go there, that it was his client who was controlling my client, and he failed to mention that it was his client who wound up with the 8 new charges, and the reason that he was bitten was because she was getting him off of her.
Carter has spent 103 days behind bars since the judge revoked his bond following the Easter incident. Hawk asked the judge to reinstate bond. Carter's mother, Juanita Carter, testified on her son's behalf, and she tells me her son is suffering at Mobile County Metro Jail.
He has high blood pressure and he needs to be seen by a doctor. His foot is swollen. They don't have the direct medicine down there to take care of his swelling for his feet.
Mobile County Assistant District Attorney Jacqueline Blanchard rejected the suggestion that Carter should be released because of the threat to his safety in jail. She says it's just the opposite, that it's the victim who would be in danger.
The way that it works is when you're on bond, you can't pick up any new felony charges pursuant to the Alabama Rules of Criminal Procedure. Because of that and other case law, the state's position is that he shouldn't be held with bond.
And as we said, the judge said today that he'll take all this under consideration and rule on both issues at a later date. But it looks like Carter's law enforcement career is over, at least for now. Reporting live from the News Center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.